Are we live? Let me see. Let me see. Hey, everybody. I'm a few minutes late, but I'm here. Come on in. Come on in. I hope y'all ready because the reunion of Basketball Wives was lit. So come on in, have a seat, get y'all a little drink, get y'all a little popcorn if y'all need to, and get ready so we can discuss this live review. And I'm going to give y'all a minute to come on in. Make sure you jot the phone number down just in case you want to call in as well and add your 2 cents to this review. Please feel free. 641-715-0862. Access code 434478. But remember, please let me know in the chat when you decide if you want to call. That way I can turn the phone lines on, the conference lines on, and everything. All I have to do is call in and put in my code. And then you guys can call in, because I don't leave the phones on, as I said before, because the battery runs down. And, of course, if nobody's using the conference call, it eventually cuts off on you. Then there's that elevator music that I don't really like to sit hearing in my ear while I'm trying to speak to you guys. So, again, if you do want to go, if you do want to call in, just type it in the chat. Tanya, open up the phone lines. So come on in. Make sure you share the video, share the love. Hit the like button on your way in. Also, let me pull up I gotta pull up my YouTube. I thought I had it up. Okay, here we go. Just want to make sure, while I'm telling y'all all to share, I need to share. But please tell me what y'all think about this episode of Basketball Wives reunion. I know y'all got something to say. I know y'all got some comments, especially about Evelyn and Jen. So feel free to put your comments in the chat so we can all go over this and discuss this. And let me make sure I put my link in here for my other social media. Okay, we got y'all. Y'all coming in slowly. Come on in. Let's see. But I cannot believe. Can y'all believe that Jen didn't even show up? I mean, I knew. I knew that she would, think that she would be, in a hostile environment, maybe. Getting dragged, maybe. Like she was on the last episode. But for her not to show up at all, not even to record a message to give to the ladies, I was like, I don't think that was fair to the others because of the fact of all the drama that she stirred up, among the group. Never bringing receipts for any of her, rumors and accusations all through the season, never dropping any receipts. And then not show up for the reunion. Like, who does that? Sus, she wrong. She wrong as 2 left feet. But let me share this live real quick. I thought I already shared it on my Facebook, and I guess I did not. Okay, well, while y'all coming on in, get y'all little drinky drink. Get y'all, I know some of y'all drink, so don't act like y'all don't. And I'm going to go ahead and share this real quick. And I'm trying to hurry up. I'm going to try to hurry up through this because I know Queen's Court come on tonight, and I don't know which part of the world everybody is in who who subscribes to my channel and also subscribes to that channel. But I want to make sure I get to catch that, just like you guys might want to catch that. So That's why I'm going to try to get through this live as quickly as possible. But again, for those that are still coming in, please make sure you share the video. Make sure you are a subscriber. Please just don't watch. Please hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell, and then make sure after that you click the bell. So that'll let you know that you from now on will receive all my live review notifications. So, okay, let's get started. We got a few people in here watching. So, again, let me know what y'all think about the reunion. If y'all got any comments or anything, please let me know. Let me know. So we can all discuss this. Sorry, I'm just making sure I share to Facebook. And make sure, you guys, I do have a Facebook page, Facebook group that I actually started like over a year ago. It's called Primetime Drama TV of Color. You might want to request to join that group because we do discuss TV shows in there, celebrity news, trending news. Also, people in there make recommendations to others on what cool shows are out there, or, you know, shows they might think we'd be interested in. And that's where I do get most of my the shows that I watch. A lot of them come from, you know, that group. People suggesting, Tanya, check this show out. You know, it might be on Netflix, it might be on TV, it might be on the internet, but the reunion of Basketball Wives. Okay, I got that shared on Facebook. Okay, so welcome to the group. Welcome to the chat. Let's get started. Others will come in. They just gonna have to catch up with us so we can get started. Now, at the beginning of the show, and what's the host name? Mark. I can't remember his last name. Fill me in if you remember his last name. But Mark, he did a good job, you know, of hosting the show tonight and trying his best to control the show and control the ladies so, you know, things wouldn't get too far out of hand. So make sure you definitely let me know what you thought about Mark. You know, I thought he did a good job tonight as far as like controlling the show. Especially when things were seeming like they were about to get out of hand. They start off showing flashbacks of scenes of the rookies, as well as like our favorite shady moments of Kristen mainly, and Cece and OG. You know, like OG is the Nigerian female football player. And they were showing scenes like when Kristen told Cece, excuse me, when Kristen told Cece that Ev and Jen, you know, had this rumor about, this is actually when everything started going bad for Cece relationship with the rest of the group. But that was when Kristen had told Cece how she had heard, or how Jen and Ev actually have heard, that she recruits men. She goes out and finds these men to come get happy endings. And we all know what they were referring to that, because Kristen, I can't remember the exact name of her establishment, but I know she gave massages, you know, and things like that. And everybody knows that there are some places around the world that actually goes a little further besides just massaging your neck and your back. So, but she was, you know, furious about that, and, you know, she felt offended about that. So they showed that scene. They also showed the moment when they first met OG. Remember when she was hosting the pool party and she came out with this skimpy, I call it a genie get up. She looked like she had this flowing, it looked like a genie get up to me. And then Tammy said, and it looked like she had a Jiffy popcorn hat on her head, but she was looking a hot mess while everybody else was all looking cute and sexy and they, you know, swimming gear and everything. And she came out there looking a hot mess. So they were showing, you know, that. And then they also was showing how OG had actually, you know, got into it with Kristen. You remember about that, when her and Kristen had got into it about OG making accusations, or insinuating, I should say, that Kristen's husband was not really at home caring to their daughter, but he was actually out there probably doing something a little shady. And then it was showing how Evelyn, these are all the flashbacks, and then it was showing how Evelyn was clowning OG's breast for being too saggy and saying it looks like her weave was running away from her head. I remember that. I was straight gagging because oh my God, I don't know. Whoever does makeup and everything, they did a horrible job. Or maybe, I don't know if OG got it done or did it herself, but somebody should have told her she was looking a hot mess in the beginning. But later on, we saw how it seemed like somebody was helping her getting herself together. So, she started dressing different and her hair was looking a little cuter. And so then Malaysia was saying how OG's wig was already in the car where she needs to go. Remember when they had got into it? And that was when they were all out with Jackie and everything. These ladies know they know how to throw some shade. But anyway, I'm glad, again, that somebody in costumes and hair finally did try to get OG together. And so then I agree with Shani. When the host, Mark, he was asking, Shani and the others, what do you think about these rookies? And I agree with Shani, how she was saying, Cece, she wasn't prepared. She wasn't quite ready. She wasn't ready for that, for them ladies. Kristen and OG, they knew how to hang in there, with the ladies. And then Tammy was saying how at first, she was making jokes about OG. But then, for some reason or another, she started kind of feeling her because she was not feeling OG in the very beginning. But, that's Tammy. I've been watching this for 7. This was season 7. And Tammy has always been like that when it comes to new people. And like a dog, kind of like, not calling her a dog or anything, but how they is really protective of their territory. So, that's how Tammy was. And then OG, she ended up, getting, a little closer to Tammy. And Tammy apologized to her because she knew that once this reunion was going to come out, that OG would see that and she would probably be, hurt by some of the stuff she said. So she apologized in advance. Now the host had asked OG, how did you feel about the ladies always, throwing shade about your sense of style? And she made it very clear, especially to Malaysia, that she was not dressing for them. She was dressing for herself. She don't care what they thought about her clothes or her hair, obviously, as well, because, again, she was looking a hot mess when she first started on the show. And then, Malaysia, she started going in on the dress again because the dress that she wore, I remember it's clear as day. She had wore this dress and it came down like this, and her boobs. I guess Malaysia was saying she doesn't pick the right tops for her amount of cleavage or her lack of boobage, whatnot. But the dress, I guess it wasn't very fitting to her. I do agree, but when it comes to things like that, some women get offended when people talk about their breast size or because they think their boobies should be a double D or whatnot. But again, I'm glad that they kind of got her together along, the show. And she started dressing better and wearing her hair better. Now OG, after going through the hazing stage, she better understood, how the ladies are, and she understood more, how to like clap back at the ladies or every time they threw shade and everything. She knew how to react, a little better after going through the hazing moment. Like Tammy said, she feels everybody has to go through the hazing moment, so they can get a clear understanding where these other ladies stand in the group. That, OG is called OGs, but the other ladies are technically OGs as well. And they was talking about how OG, she was doing her best, trying to shut Malaysia and Kristen down. I thought she was doing a really good job when Malaysia kept talking about her clothes and everything. And I'm like, she started clapping back and she started going in on Malaysia and Malaysia and Kristen. I'm like, dang, is this a repeat of Cat Williams and Wanda Smith? I had to throw that in there. I'm sure y'all done heard about that. It's all through social media. I thought about doing a video on that, but I'm like, no, I'll just sit back and watch everybody else's videos. But anyway, but just like I and everybody else believed, Jen, she had gravitated toward Kristen, mainly because nobody else was trying to be bothered with her or kick it with her. And I also do believe that Kristen gravitated to her because she was trying to use her, like some of the ladies said, as far as getting a little closer to Jen so that she could get in a little deeper with the group. Probably getting a lot of tea from Jen, whether it was fake or true. That I don't know because Jen, she does seem like she lie about everything. But anyway, they thought it was mutual that they was using each other. But especially after Cece had got into it with Kristen over her getting into it with Evelyn and Jen, after they started kind of beefing, that was kind of when Kristen was like, you know what? That's when she kind of gravitated closer to Jen and had Jen in her ear when everybody was trying to get Kristen and Cece to get their stuff together. Y'all basically family. Kristen is married to Cece's boyfriend's son. It took me a moment to process that when the first season began. I'm like, why is they keep calling each other family and Malaysia ain't related to Cece? And then I remembered that Malaysia's cousin was Cece's husband, and of course, boyfriend. And then of course, her boyfriend son is married to Kristen. So hopefully everybody understood that all through the show. But and then Cece especially, got frustrated with Evelyn and them again, like I said, when they were talking about the happy ending moment. Now, as far as Kristen, do y'all realize how it was like Kristen came there. The only person that she was really hanging with closely was Jen. And I guess she forgot, that her sidekick wasn't there because she was really trying to clown OG without no backup. Because when they were talking about the reunion, I'm sorry, I need something to drink and I left my cup in the kitchen. Excuse me. During the reunion, especially when Kristen kept cutting OG off, when OG was saying, what she thought about Kristen and trying to get a little deeper, with Jen and everything. And Kristen, she kept cutting her off and everything. And when she said that she thought she was trying to get a little deeper and possibly become the new Jen, now, I didn't necessarily get that from it. Oh, hi, Sabrina. Hey, honey. Let me know what you thought about the reunion. Did you watch the reunion last night, basketball-wise? Let me know what you think about that. But when they were saying that they think she was trying to become the new Jen, I didn't necessarily get that from it. I just thought that she came in with Cece. Her and Cece was beefing. Nobody else was really messing with Jen. So why not gravitate towards Jen and make a new friend? And in the process, probably get a little background 411 information on every single lady in the group. So again, I never got that perception, but now it's really something, to think about. But since Kristen kept cutting OG off, OG, and like the voice of Eminem, she was like, first of all, he is talking to me. Can the real OG please stand up? Please stand up. I was like, okay, she's clapping back for real tonight. And when Kristen told her to stand up and she stood up in that outfit she had on, I am so surprised nobody said anything because they were discussing her outfits, her hair, like, throughout the season. And then Malaysia brought it up again. But when I was looking at the outfit, I was like, see, this is why they always going in on you. Because the top, okay, the bottom, it's fine. She got a nice shape, don't get me wrong. I wish I had her shape, well, maybe a little bit more boobs, but, she has a nice shape and everything. But I was like, the top, it seemed really, really tight. And on top of that, it didn't seem like it was appropriate for the amount of boobage or the lack of boobage she has. But, that's her boobs. I'm not going to throw shade on her. If she likes it, if her man likes her boobs, that's all that matters. Oh, see, that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to T.S. Madison. What time does she come on? I was trying to beat that show. See, I'm going to have to go back and rewind. Lord have mercy. Rewind the whole show. But yeah, so anyway, she was clapping back at her. And just like Malaysia said, she was wearing an outfit that I didn't think, and probably others too, thought that wasn't appropriate for the size of her breast. But anyway, I did like the necklace. I did love the necklace. I thought the necklace was beautiful. But when OG said, you are always talking about everything to Kristen, because you have a hubby and a child, I thought that was really a low blow from Kristen when she said, yeah, everything that you wish you had, or, everything that you wish your man would give you, but he's not trying to give you, because all through the season, till like the last episode, I believe, darn near, her boyfriend was acting like he wasn't trying to go any further in the relationship, move to the next level, like OG wanted, especially in that scene when she was in that little get up and she had the big fur pillow behind her and they were Skyping, and she was asking him, you love me, you say you love me, where do we go from here, as far as marriage and everything, and he just sat there like, excuse me. She was like, are you deaf? Where are we going from here? So, because OG wants to get married eventually. She wants to have kids and all that. So I still thought that was a low blow. But anyway, it was still funny. But anyway, she was like, I was just dead, because she was like over and over again asking her man, where do we stand for here? At every dinner, every phone call, every Skype. And he acted like, basically, this is all good. Us only seeing each other a few times a year. He been over there for like what, 4 years, 4 years, something like that. And he was acting like he was all good. But anyway, I thought that was funny as heck. Now the host, I'm glad when I said at the beginning of the show, oh yeah, definitely, definitely Jen is a snake, Sabrina, and that's exactly why she did not show up for the reunion. Because she is a snake who has yet to reveal any receipts at all. They must have they disappeared into the abyss, into the black hole, and through her phone or something like that. But the host Mark, I told y'all at the beginning, I like how he was controlling his best, doing his best controlling the show, because right then when Kristen started talking about kids and marriage, and OG was talking about your kids and your husband, he was like, okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. I feel you, sis. And another thing, for people who do have friends, you have to have a small circle. I mean, I have a small circle. I have a bestie, and then I have about 5, 6 other friends that I frequently mess with on a regular basis. Outside of that, everybody is associates. Everybody's an associate or a co-worker or, church member, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But so he cut that out right there. And then they started showing flashbacks of Ev when she decided to get rid of her embryos. And also Malaysia when she was, I call it, training her son for the real world, but not just the real world, but how to handle yourself. And I hate we gotta do it like that. But when you're around or in the presence of a police officer, whether you're getting pulled over or if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you encounter police. I did it with my sons. They're 21 and 17, especially when my oldest first got his license. I sat down and thoroughly explained to him how I want you to come home at the end of the day. So anyway, I applaud Malaysia for reaching out to that officer. I cannot remember his name. The handsome white guy who she contacted. And I think he was from, dang it, where was he from? I forgot the state that he was from. But anyway, she reached out to him because she needed his help to get over her fear of police because he was like, he's white, but he's in a black community where he serves, the community. And it's always videos going around, going viral about him working with the children there, the families. He's like a cool, laid back, cop. So she reached out to him and he came and talked to her and it really helped her. So I commend her for trying to get over that. Although, like she said, she still cries about it. She still thinks about it. I would too, because her brother, like she said, she partially helped raise him and taught him, almost everything she knows. So I really feel her pain in her voice, the way it was shaky. I really feel that she is sincerely still in pain about that. So again, my heart goes out to her and everybody else who has suffered, a loss of a loved one to the same type of, event situation. So then after that, they started discussing the feud between Ev and Tammy and about how Shawnee, Shawnee, who's messy but not messy, Shawnee be sneaking her messiness in. She be trying to act like she ain't down with that and she ain't spread and stuff and she ain't Shawnee messy. She might not be as messy as Jen and Tammy, but she messy all the same. And she was telling her how Tammy, I mean how Evelyn was imitating her walk. Remember when she was like Tammy walked. She was showing how she walked and everything and how she talks and all this. And everybody was laughing about it. And Tammy was offended because remember when Tammy was doing her stand up and she had made a joke about Jen. And Shawnee just sat there like this. She didn't laugh. She didn't crack a smile. Everybody else was cracking up at the stand-up, but Shawnee didn't laugh. So Tammy was offended because Shawnee was laughing her butt off when Evelyn was talking about how, Tammy walks. So, she was offended. And on top of that, Tammy and Jen, they were still friends. But Jen was also friends with Evelyn. And Tammy felt a certain type of way because, yes, I agree. I worry too every day. My youngest son, he's not driving yet, but you don't have to be driving. You could be walking through your own neighborhood with some Skittles, and I will just leave it at that. But y'all know where I'm going. I'm gonna just leave that right there. But she was kind of upset because of the fact that she felt that Jen should be splitting the friendship between Evelyn and her kind of equally. And I have been in that situation before where I had two friends who ended up feuding for whatever reason, and I have to be like in between. And when you're in that situation, you can't just cut one friend off because the other friend is mad at the other friend, because that's not what a true friend does. But also, you don't let one friend talk about the other one and drag the other one. That's how you handle that situation. And if that other friend can't handle you being friends with that other person, then they can walk. If they feel like your friendship is not that important, they can walk. But anywho, that's how she felt about that. And then they were talking about how remember when Evelyn had donated money to Jackie's daughter. At that time, they were saying it was Jackie's estranged daughter because they were claiming that Jackie allegedly never hangs around her daughter, never visits her daughter, never visits her grandchildren, even after Jackie's daughter had got burnt. That was all over social media. Her son had got burnt. And they were saying that Jackie, wasn't helping out or nothing. And me at that time, I was like, wow. I can't imagine my son, let alone my grandchildren, getting really injured like that and not showing up, not helping out. I mean, I didn't help people with fundraisers. I didn't have people in my family where we had to raise funds, wash cars. Uh, we sold fish dinners, chicken dinners, featherbone dinners. For those out y'all who know what a featherbone is, if not, look it up because they are delicious. They might call them like what else do they call them? Rib, something. I don't know. But anyway, we did all kind of stuff. So I don't know how I felt a certain type of way with that. But then later, I learned that Tammy and her daughter just didn't always see eye to eye. And I just thought they were both stubborn people. But I really hope that they mended that, mended their relationship. But Tammy was thinking that they weren't sharing equal friendship, and then Evelyn was like, "No." What the issue was because Tammy thought they were all cool after last season, but then Ev was like, "Well, what the issue was that after that, after and during the reunion, she had heard that Tammy was talking stuff about Evelyn regarding the donations." And what I didn't even know this was said, but what she said that Tammy said was that Evelyn was bothered by the situation like 4 to 6 months before she got intertwined with her daughter. And so I don't know how y'all feel about that. Because again, I'm thirsty. I need something to drink. I'll text my son and have him bring me a bottle of water. But how y'all feel about that? Because me personally, I'm like, okay, even if I'm feuding with someone, if they decide to give some money to somebody I care about, somebody who is in dire need of some funds, I can't really get mad at what you want them to do. Take the money back. I'm like, seriously, do you want them to take the money back? You didn't give any money to them, so I don't understand why Jackie was so enraged by that situation. But anyway, Tammy, she was right. Basically, as far as when Evelyn was saying she didn't want to speak to Jackie. I mean, she didn't want to speak to Tammy. Tammy was like, you know what? You might as well have been just like Jen and stayed your butt home if you wasn't going to sit here and communicate. Because the reason why we're all here is to communicate and put things out on the table and try to hash things out if we have some disagreements. And so I agree. I agree. But then Ed was saying, basically this had added fuel to the fire. And when she had heard that Tammy and Jen was talking about her and trying to drag her and try to plot against her. And I think that's when she had actually started hearing, from what it seems like, Evelyn had started hearing about the rumors before Jen brought it to Shawnee's attention. Did y'all get that? Through the reunion? Because, what else could she have believed that Jen and Tammy was plotting on her or plotting against her? So I'm thinking she had heard about the rumors before, but she kind of was like, whatever. It didn't happen, whatever. It is what it is. I ain't messing with them anyway. But I'm like, you know what? Again, I wouldn't take too much stock in what Jen says because she has been lying. Almost every season, it seems like she get caught up in a lie. What you say, Sabrina? I've been watching BBW for years. I have all the episodes from the first. What? See, I don't have all the episodes on my DVR. I just have, I think, probably the last 2 seasons because I really wasn't messing around with no DVR before then. I don't even think I had one. But then when I started, getting like ready to start, thinking about doing reviews and all that kind of whatnot, I was like, okay, I need a DVR. And that's why I won't get rid of my cable because I like to, when shows come on, I like to have access to it right then and there. I'm not trying to wait. Some people, I gotta wait till later, or I gotta wait till it comes on tomorrow. I gotta wait. Nope. That's the only reason why I keep my little cable. But then, of course, they finally get around to them in Amsterdam and, going there, for Shawnee's cannabis adventure. And how the ladies were doing their best, to help Shawnee do her little research, about selecting the best weed and all that. But the ladies, they were like, you know what? We all went to Amsterdam because we were trying to have a good time, smoke a little Mary J because it's legal over there, no repercussions, and I do believe mostly from the trip, besides when Kristen and Cece got into it, in the beginning of the trip, that they mostly always having a good time. Then Malaysia brings up the point of Cece and Kristen, getting into it and everything, and also, dragging it along to Amsterdam because her and Jackie were praying that Kristen and Cece hashed it out, before they got there, but you saw what happened. And then Kristen, she was all still in her feelings because she felt like Cece lied, regarding the happy ending story because Kristen claimed it was just a joke. Do y'all remember that? Now this part right here had me gagging. When she was like, Cece was lying. Okay, she said that she has been claiming for the longest that she has said it was a joke. But Cece kept saying she never said it was a joke. What did Kristen do? Something that Jen still has not done. She brought a Bible. She brought a Bible of receipts, text messages, chats or whatever. I don't know. I'm assuming it was either a chat or a text message or I don't know, Facebook inbox, whatever. But she brought a whole bunch of pages and read it and probably had copies to pass around along the set of how she had said to Jackie, make sure you remind everybody. Reminding means she's already said it before that it was a joke. That it was a joke and Kristen needs to stop taking it so serious. The happy ending joke was funny. It was funny as heck, but it was a joke. And I don't understand where along the season Kristen didn't end up getting that, especially when she had receipts. But I bet you what, she probably didn't think she was bringing them receipts. She didn't think she was bringing them receipts. She thought she was gonna pull a Jen on her just because they were hanging around together, and really close and have some kind of bond. She's a little bit smarter and obviously don't lie as much as Jen do. So anyway, she brought her receipts and that shut Cece down. She was like, well, okay, it don't matter anyway. So I know that she had told her before about the joke. Now, let's see where we at now. Cece then got into it with her, and then when Byron told Cece, remember when Byron, okay, Kristen claims, no, I'm sorry, Cece claims that, yep, she did get in text messages, and she had a long, a long list of text messages that she had brought receipts on. But Cece, when she had told Kristen, my man Byron, he told me to tell you that he is not interested in hanging out with you or Thomas anymore for any important occasions like Father's Day, Christmas, what other holidays? I don't know, like birthdays. Yeah, any special occasions, for fathers mainly. And I'm thinking, just like they are, like, that's kind of messed up that you would tell your son that. Because of the fact that Cece claims that he said he didn't no longer want her paying for everything. I can't imagine Cece paying for everything. Like Kristen even said, we offer to pay. Every time we go somewhere, we offer to pay. But Cece was, this allegedly, she claiming she always said she had it. So again, I find it hard to believe that if he did say that, Byron is a grown man. He is a very grown man. He has a child who looks like he's about 30-something years old. So he's a very grown man. I'm sure he could have told her that herself or told his son that himself. But again, I don't believe that. I still don't believe that. Never did. So anyway, And then she brings up the fact that they still haven't seen her daughter, Mackenzie. Now, this I do feel a certain way about because, again, that is his son. Uh, Kristen's husband is his son. They stay right around the corner from each other. I said before that I think is more involved in this whole situation because why would he not be seeing his grandchild? Why would he not be seeing his son? It just makes no sense. Everything is not adding up to me. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. You don't believe it either? Yeah, I don't believe it either. Not for 1 minute. I don't believe it. I think it's something else that's going on. I really do. Because I can imagine that pretty little girl that he would not want to see his daughter, his granddaughter. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Now, let's not forget, they brought up how Tammy's positivity retreat had went totally left. And I remember Pastor Gray, Pastor John Gray, he consults people, he gives advice to people. He's a counselor, he's a big time preacher with a big church. And she was, getting counseling. Tammy was getting counseling from Dr. Gray, from Pastor Gray. And he had told her he wanted to get all the ladies together so they could all put everything out on the table, but not that kind of way. He wanted it to be a positive retreat where everybody was saying like good things about each other. Like, what I love about you is this. What I like about you the most is this. What I admire about you is this. Instead, y'all saw where it went. And Dr. Gray, bad advice. You should have told her just to buy them a card from Walmart or from Walgreens. Just give them all a card because that one totally left. But instead, that was when Jen put it out there that her and Tammy had been discussing about Evelyn allegedly, gotta throw that in there, allegedly has slept with Shawnee's ex. I still don't know for sure which ex they were talking about. I don't know. Who was it, y'all? Was it Shaq? Or was it the guy after Shaq? The most recent ex? I don't know. So many stories was going on. I don't know. But regardless, Shawnee asked the ex. He denied it. Said never, ever on this earth would he ever sleep with Ev. Evelyn, of course, putting it on her kids, putting it on everything she loved. You know how we used to do when we was little. I put that on everything I love. My mama, whatever. She denied it as well. So I'm going to just go with the fact that they both are telling the truth. And this was just some rumor Jen had put out there that went totally left. And like Mark, the host, said, it could have resulted in nobody having a friendship with each other. Everybody fighting. No more basketball wives at all. So I'm glad it didn't result into that. But then they were asking Tammy, no, they was asking Shawnee. Do you think that Tammy's intent was to what do you think her intent was? Tammy says she thinks that she was mainly out to hurt Evelyn, but then I'm like, the way it seemed to me, it seemed like although Jen brought this to now I'm drawing a blank. Although Jen brought this to Tammy, and she also brought it to Malaysia because she wanted Malaysia to bring the bones to Shawnee, I still think that Tammy had an agenda, but also I think that she wanted Shawnee to know because this rumor was going all around the world. It had started in Miami, and Shawnee ain't been in Miami in a minute. And now, all the ladies know about it. Everybody knows about it but Shawnee. So I do think, along with having an agenda, she also just wanted Shawnee to know what was being said about her. And if Evelyn did sleep with her ex, she needed to know. But along with that, her agenda, I believe, was really to break up the relationship with Evelyn and Shawnee and break up the relationship with Jen and Evelyn. So y'all let me know about that if y'all think that she really had some ill intentions, or do you really think she was just looking out for Shawnee? Like, she claimed she was just looking out for Shawnee. So let me know what y'all think about that. And then remember how how Evelyn has said, during that retreat when they started arguing and going back and forth and throwing jabs at each other, Evelyn has said Tammy, she needs to eat. She needs to go get herself checked out because she's looking really sick. Told her that she looked like a crackhead and everything. And then Tammy had to clap back, but this time she went really deep and she said that Ev was lying about how she was claiming that Chad, the domestic dispute, abuse or whatever, claiming that he was beating on her, when they had got into it in the car. Ev claimed that, no, Tammy said that Ev told her that, she was just trying to grab the wheel or whatnot, and she got hit, but, she told the world that he intentionally hit her or slammed on the brakes, caused her to bump her head on that, something like that. I don't know. All of that is allegedly, but she clapped back and said that. And I'm like, dang, everybody like, for real? Evelyn, you lied on Chad. You purposely tried to, end his career, destroy him, destroy his family. Like, for real? And at that moment, when I heard that, I was like, if she did do that, that's wrong as heck. That's wrong as heck, boy. But anyway, Tammy, she did sound, I don't know. Do y'all think she sounded sincere when she was like, I apologize to Evelyn. I apologize for saying that. I apologize for saying that she lied on Chad. Evelyn, she interrupts talking about, she lying. She lying. She's not sincere. She don't really apologize. She's just a good actress, just being a good actress. So do y'all think that Tammy was really sincere with her apology or not? I'm on the fence about it because it did sound like she was like, I apologize, but that's how Tammy always sounds, when she's being real calm and trying to keep it on an even keel and everything, even level. So I don't know, she could have been serious or not, but anyway, Evelyn wasn't having it and she wasn't accepting her apology. So they just going back and forth, like cheering and throwing blows at each other. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who's the worser of the evils, per se, between Tammy and Ev. I just don't know. Who's the better person between them as far as them lying, as far as them trying to hurt each other, as far as Tammy's intentions, Jen sleeping with allegedly with the ex. I don't know who's the worst of the two evils. But anyway, after the commercial, I did not expect this. I did not expect Tammy to get up and exit the show. Like, she was like, you know what? I came, I participated, I did what I said I was going to do, and I'm out. Like, as if somebody had begged her to come, or had persuaded her to come, because she was like, I came, I did what I was supposed to do, and now I'm out of here. And she gets up and I'm like, what? Are you for real? She about to leave? First, Jen, she don't show up. And then Tammy doesn't finish the show. She got up, she took her heels off, she put her flats on, and she changed her clothes, and she went outside to the limo or truck or whoever was waiting for her. But then I'm like, well, wow, that's messed up. But anywho, moving right along, we finally get to where Ev had convinced Jen to go to Amsterdam, which I still think was so wrong. And Shawnee, she was upset, like totally upset. Like she told you she didn't want to hang with Jen. She told you she had nothing else to say to Jen, but you want to bring your friend all the way around the world, like she said, for no reason. You just wasting your friend's time. And so they're discussing that, but Evelyn was like, you know what? I thought it was the best idea at the time for, Jen, because I guess she's still thinking that Jen has some receipts hidden somewhere, stashed somewhere. And she still wants to try to mend the relationship between her two friends, between Jen and Shawnee. So she persuades her to come all the way to Amsterdam, where everybody else is enjoying themselves, and plan to just smoke some weed and kick back away from Jen's nonsense. But she ended up coming over there anyway, and of course she didn't have no receipts. Malaysia was pissed because mainly it was like she pulled a sneak move. They all thinking they was going to meet up with Kristen and meet up with Ev, for drinks or whatnot, along the lake or the river front or wherever they was. And when they get there, they were surprised. Shawnee was the only one that knew that they were there. Because Evelyn had warned her, Jen's here and she wants to talk to you. She told her at that time, I don't want to talk to her. I told you, don't bring your friend all around the world, and because I don't want to have nothing to do with her. So Malaysia was really pissed because Jen not only came over there unwelcomed, she still came over there lying, no receipts at all. So they were just going over, how Malaysia was mad and everything. And all they really wanted to do was go there and get high off of somebody else's supply. But Jen had to bring her lion tail over there. Then when the show starts winding down, the host, Mark, he was talking about how Cece felt when Evelyn made that racial remark. Remember when she called her Lily? I was like, oh, that's wrong. You went in like that on national TV. You had the goals to throw a racial remark at her like that. Social media world. Everybody started going ham. They started going left on Jen, posting stuff on her Instagram, on her Twitter, and everything. And I think Jen felt compelled to apologize. And I even saw it. I went to her, was it Twitter? I think it was on Twitter. And I went there and I looked and she was like, basically I did this. I was upset. I apologize. I'm not really that kind of person. Da 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 da. And I'm thinking, was this a forced apology? Because y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, do you think her apology was sincere, just like if Tammy's was sincere? Do you think it was sincere, or do you think she just apologized to Cece because she was pressured to, or because she was getting dragged all through social media? So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. But me personally, I think she felt compelled to apologize. I don't think she would have apologized on her own, but that's just me. I don't think it was sincere, but that's just me. Now, Ev then, she starts to break down because she's discussing Jen. I think their relationship was it was probably as close as you can get to a best friend, a sister. She really, really loved her. And I know Jen really, really loved Ev. But they had a big falling out. And sometimes you do things, you say things out of anger. And you hurt the people you love. And you can't take it back. You just can't take it back. And I think that's what happened. Jen, I think she spread these rumors. I don't think she ever heard about this happening. I think she spread these rumors. And like Ev said, I think that she was plotting against her the whole time because, she just wanted to break up the friendship between her and Shawnee. But anyway, but after Ev heard about when Jen came to supposedly bring some receipts and prove that she wasn't the worst one in this whole situation and that more of the blame should be put on Tammy, then that's when Malaysia She got extremely pissed off because she felt like she was still lying about stuff. And she was like, Jen, no, like F. So you guys are cool now, right? You forgave her for everything she's done for you, right? And I'm like, where the heck is okay. Where is this going? And I'm thinking, what tea is out there that could be worse than being dragged for supposedly sleeping with your best friend's ex? And Malaysia was like, you know what? If y'all forgave each other and y'all put everything out on the table and you know everything that Jen has said about you, Ev, then I'm just not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna get up and bounce because I don't want to sit here with her. This is not no kiki moment, no chop it up moment for me, or no friendly visit. And Ev was like, at first, I think she was like thinking, as I, and probably as you, what else could possibly be said about Jen? What else could she have possibly said to hurt me after she forgave her for something that big? And Ed was like, you know what? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. What I like about Jen, she pulled her to the side. She didn't go, into details. The show even did not go into details about what has been said about her daughter. And granted, I think it was mostly because it's something very hurtful. And if it gets out there, it can ruin the image of her daughter. And, these is allegations, so I like how the show didn't dwell into what her daughter supposedly was doing. But what I'm getting from it was maybe either her daughter was doing drugs or maybe she was sleeping with a lot of people. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. The main part is that, again, Jen took some information and ran with it and started spreading the rumors to everybody who would listen. And so if that was like the boiling point from her, you saw her go off. She got pissed off. She took her earrings off. I thought she was going to mollywop Jen all over that waterfront. But anyway, she kept her cool and kept her composure. Told her it was over. This is the end. I'm done with you. Peace, deuces. And left her there, standing on the waterfront. Now, last but not least, they talk about Jackie doing therapy. We all know how Jackie was before. And I'm going to give her a lot of credit, a lot of kudos, because Jackie was like a totally different person this whole season. She didn't get into it with nobody. She didn't start no drama. She did a lot of trying to help people fix relationships. Like she's the oldest one of them, and she was really acting like she was the oldest one, like she should have been acting all along, instead of acting like the youngest one in the group. So again, kudos. She has been working on her anger and her image, so everybody applauded her for that. Good job, Jackie. I love it. I love this you. I love this part of you. And then they ended off with Ev. She was like, you know what? I wish that Tammy would. This got me, y'all. This got me. When she said that she wished she would stop lying and stop fronting to the world like she is really sick. What did y'all get out of that? Because what I got out of that, okay, you know how Evelyn kept telling her she looked like she was on crack, kept saying throughout the season that she looked like she was on crack, that she was sick. But Tammy was telling us that she has diabetes. And although she is small, she was always small. Let's not get it twisted. I'm sure a lot of you are smart enough to know that you do not have to be a plus size woman like me or bigger, a plus size woman. You do not have to sit around and eat greasy food all day for you to get diabetes. I know a lot of people, including coworkers, who have diabetes, and they have the best shape in the world. So when she said that, I'm thinking, oh, okay, I can understand that. I get that. People get diabetes. But when she said that she was lying, eh, immediately I started thinking about, okay, is it really something else? Is it really drugs? Evelyn says she knows the 411. She knows the truth. It didn't come out in the reunion, and of course Tammy walked out, so she couldn't defend herself. I'm hoping in season 8 that they will immediately start off with that, because now I'm like, inquiring minds want to know, Tammy, is you sick or nah? So I'm not gonna call her a crackhead or nothing, even though she got really, really skinny and bony and bones bulging out all over the place. She could be really sick. I don't know. These are Ev's allegations, so hopefully we will find that out next season. But I was also wondering, is this also part of the reason why she decided not to get married? Because, she was hell bent on marrying Reggie and getting him to marry her. And just when he decides and he goes out shopping for a ring with Jackie and planning his proposal, trying to be all extravagant and everything, she changes her mind. After going and spending all this money on trying to get pregnant, she changes her mind. And I'm like, okay, does this have something to do with the allegations that Ev was talking about at the end of the show, as far as her lying about being sick? I don't know. We shall see. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this reunion. I thought it was real good. I thought it was lit, and it gave me everything that I wanted except for that ending. I'm kind of still upset that Jen didn't show up, but I understand. I understand, because you already know she would have been the topic of the entire show, and they would have had to have a part 2. Normally reunions have a part 1 and a part 2. If Jen would have been there, it would have definitely been a part 2. And if Tammy would have stayed, which I really think Tammy would have stayed if Jen was there, I think it would have definitely been a part 2. So anyway, I'm over an hour on this live feed. I didn't know I was that long, but it was a lot to go over, and I'm glad I got it all in. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the show. Again, make sure you share this video. Make sure you click the like button. Make sure you look at the first comment in the chat, which I put. I am a commentator and also a professional cake decorator, so make sure you check out that link to my Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice Facebook page on Facebook, especially if you're in the Omaha area, because I give out free cakes every month. I have a promotion every month. You have to be subscribed to my YouTube, and you have to be subscribed to that Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice Facebook page. So again, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. Please share. Show your girl some love. And if you have anything to say about the show after the live is over, hit me up in the chat. I will get your notifications, and we can chop it up and talk about it later. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to jump over here to T.S. Madison, because I want to watch her Queen's Court tonight, her live. So y'all, if y'all watch Madison, make sure y'all go over there as well, so we can chop it up with her. And again, Primetime Squad, you know what to do. Stay safe, be blessed, and your girl is out.